You look like a president who's being held hostage.
There is a man with a gun 2 feet off screen. It's legit making me anxious.
One, two, three. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners.
Yum, yum.
Oscar Wieners.
Do you want me to say something first, or you were just going to do the
No,
glasses?
yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
Welcome to Oscar Wieners,
Yeah, baby.
the only show on the internet where Hollywood's biggest night sings for its supper, excuse me.
This was fucking stupid.
Yeah, why'd you put those on?
I'm sorry. This is
For Chicago?
it's unnecessary. I don't know who I am anymore. It's fucking sucks.
Sounds like you lost yourself in the Windy City.
I think we should start the episode by I think we should each name our 3 favorite Chicago Bears all time. Do you want to
Uh,
start?
yeah, Mike Ditka,
Wow. Okay, good poll.
Mike Ditka,
Okay.
and Mike Ditka.
All right, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's all we get. Okay.
What about you?
Probably go Brian Urlacher, Walter
Who?
Payton, and give me Refrigerator Perry.
I am Sammy Sosa of the Chicago Cubs.
Oh, nice. And I'm Sufjan Stevens.
Nice. No, I'm Michael. He's Andrew. And this is a podcast where every week we pick a Best Picture winner at random and try to figure out what's Best Picture worthy. And this week we're talking about the 2003 Best Picture winner, Rob Marshall's Chicago.
Thank goodness.
Thank
Honestly,
God we finally got to it.
I've been chomping at the bit to get to this.
I didn't think we'd ever get here.
The only Best Picture winner named after a town, if you can believe it.
Although watching the movie, you wouldn't know it even really takes place in Chicago.
Such a great fucking point that I don't know why it didn't cross my mind. This has nothing to do with Chicago
No.
whatsoever.
It mostly takes place in a jailhouse.
I didn't even think about. Yeah, that sucks, huh?
Yeah, stupid movie. Chicago is, well, so I think you're gonna hate this. It's based on a play, a 1926 play by Maureen Dallas Watkins.
This I understood. Yeah,
And then Bob Fosse, who has come up before because All That Jazz was nominated for Best Picture. He was a great director, but also he did obviously theater. He then he kind of turned the play into a musical in 1975. And
so it wasn't a musical to start.
no, I don't think so. Well, at least Wikipedia says no. Maybe I'm wrong. Who fucking cares? But Bob Fosse, I think also the idea was maybe eventually that he'd make this into a movie. And then he died. And then it just sat dormant for like a decade and a half, 2 decades, whatever. And then Rob Marshall is like, I'm actually going to do it because I'm really smart and good. And one day I'm going to direct Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. And Chicago is about, it's a really simple, stupid movie. It's about Renee Zellweger plays Roxy Hart. She wants to break into the showbiz, basically. She wants to fucking be a vaudevillian, like performer, singing, dancing, doing the Broadway melody thing, doing the whatever. And her idol is Catherine Zeta-Jones, who plays Velma Kelly, who's like the star of the Chicago vaudeville scene. And basically both women end up murdering a man and end up in jail together. And the movie's about them in jail. It's about
They're hanging out.
they're kind of hanging out. It's about Roxy Hart, Renee Zellweger, sort of abusing the public and media's obsession with fame as a way to get herself famous, so that
And
she can like
acquitted.
beat the murder case
Yeah,
and get out of jail and then eventually become like use that fame to kickstart her vaudeville career.
right. They're in a sick ass like singing jail
Yeah.
that's run by
Queen Latifah
Queen Latifah. So it's a fun jail.
as matron Mama Morton. I will say Queen Latifah's really good in this movie. I think she's good.
Yeah, I think she's great in her role. But yeah, they're basically just hanging out in this jail trying to get acquitted. It's a non-traditional. They introduce a non-traditional love triangle, which I thought was interesting, almost like an anti-love triangle. You have Velma Kelly and Roxy both vying for Richard Gere as Billy, I think his name is.
Yeah, Billy Flynn.
Billy Flynn. They're vying for his attention because he's a well-to-do lawyer, and they know that he can get them acquitted. So they're both like trying to get his attention and be like, Billy, help me beat these charges.
I didn't think of the movie as that, but I think that you are right, which see sounds more interesting than it is because I think one thing that's crazy about this movie to me is I expected it to really be like going back and forth between Catherine Zeta, Vera, and Roxy Hart. But like Vera Kelly,
Is it Velma?
Velma, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Velma Kelly like drops out of the movie like for just long chunks, and there's like
Yeah.
it's almost like there's supposed to be like this like there's supposed to be like this conflict between her and Roxy, but like they're really like it's so spaced out that like you never really like feel anything
No,
about it. You're sort of like, okay, I guess they hate each other or whatever.
I totally agree. This movie is lacking in conflict or stakes or narrative tension. I think
So you liked it.
it's fantastic. It's you know what that's it, and that's an aspect I'd be willing to overlook if I again liked the songs that we're playing, but I think they're mostly just kind of mid.
Yeah.
The uh the he had it coming one is kind of fun when all six of them are telling it's the story of how they killed somebody in their lives.
Yeah.
Uh, that's kind of a fun song, but other than that, I could literally care less. The movie does a lot of interesting things, like the faux love triangle. I think is interesting. Roxy's whole perspective is that I like that there's a narrative explanation as to why they're singing. It makes me feel good. Um, like Roxy's basically so obsessed with show business and musicals that she's envisioning all the situations in her life as people singing and interacting with each other like that. I think that's an interesting concept.
I was
I don't like the music.
I was gonna say, like, I think this is a really good musical for somebody like you who has a problem with in musicals where people break into song because it treats the musical numbers almost like fantasy.
Yes, and I
Um,
appreciate that.
I will say, I do think this movie does do cool stuff. I don't think it's like I'm ragging on Rob Marshall. I think this movie's like pretty well directed as far as a musical goes. I think the
Yeah.
performances are all like fun. I just think like the substance of this movie, there's like nothing there.
The problem is it has a solid foundation. It's kind of this. It bucks against the norm of saying like we're not going to have a. It's not going to be a romance. It's romance without romance. It's attraction without that. It's very untraditional in its execution, and I think that's cool.
Yeah.
But it doesn't build upon that with characters that I find very interesting or likable. I don't really like Roxy. I don't know if you do. She's always constant like vying for stardom and celebrity, and that's all these characters are doing. It's just not what motivates me. I'm just not really. It's an appeal to me.
Like this movie is obviously like making fun of sort of like the whole fame apparatus that like I guess in America at least it's like we like make murderers famous
Yeah,
and like we use like deceit to become famous and like whatever. And I'm
right. And
like,
the public doesn't really care or look into anybody's story. It's just like I'm having a baby, and immediately there's a huge
right.
uproar.
It's like who can tell the juiciest lie, basically.
Right.
And like I'm just sort I'm just like, okay, I've seen that before. Like this movie's not really saying anything new about it or like doing it in a way that like I that is new.
I think this is kind of a movie for no one, or I don't know, nobody that I can think of. Because if you don't like all this singing shit, you don't like Chicago. And if you do like all this singing shit, you probably also don't like Chicago because it's not the same caliber as what you're used to.
Yeah.
Like if I'm a diehard fan of musicals, do I want to hear Richard Gere singing his heart out? He's good. He's got a good voice. He can
Yeah.
sing, but
Yeah.
it might not be the standard that someone is used to. I just don't really know who this is for. It's not for me.
Ironically, this movie about fame and lying and being deceitful and winning over the public won Best Picture, but like these characters that we're to assume their fame will die out quickly. Nobody talks about Chicago.
No,
It's not on
truly
the tip
no,
of anybody's tongue.
no.
Another thing I'll say, like just to the point about like it doesn't feel like this movie even takes place in Chicago because it mostly takes place in a jailhouse and
Yeah,
inside of a vaudeville theater.
right.
Um, we don't get any sense of the showbiz world that Renee Zellweger is so desperate to break into, like the Chicago showbiz world. Like the movie, I think lazily is using the audience's like preloaded understanding of this kind of like jazz age vaudeville scene
Yeah,
to just like as like a shortcut,
yeah. They're saying you guys know what jazz is all about and what vaudeville is all about and why people want to break into it,
which is lazy.
which is lazy and also maybe I don't like. I don't.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not
Maybe
something
I
that
don't
I've
know
ever
that.
thought of being like, oh my god, I wish I was a vaudeville star, or
Yeah.
thought of them as glamorous. Really, um,
And it's like I like so like the movie doesn't even like have its own, it doesn't even do its own world building. Like the only sense we get of showbiz of like the showbiz vaudeville scene in Chicago is like Catherine Zeta-Jones, she's doing it and it's like okay, but like I don't even know how like that scene really works. Like there's no
right,
like interesting like components to it other than like you get famous, you're high and then you're low. It's like okay, I sure, maybe that's how it actually is, but like I don't, that's not interesting in a movie.
right. Plus, it makes the characters' motivations feel very vapid and shallow.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because it's like, why do I care so deeply? Why would I care deeply about what Roxy's trying to accomplish if I don't really grasp what the weight of what she wants to accomplish? I think what she's trying to accomplish is silly. I think it's overrated. I wouldn't want it for myself. I wouldn't really care or admire somebody who achieved the height of vaudeville. It's just not really on my radar, I guess. For somebody else, it might be, and they might think like, oh, I can't wait to see Roxy kick Velma's ass and rise to vaudeville stardom or something, but it's not me.
Like,
Uh,
what if Roxy was like really sincere? Like, she's not really sincere. Like, what if she was really sincere about vaudeville and like was so passionate about it and like just kind of gets mixed up in something, ends up in jail? Versus like, I feel like here it's like, well, maybe she starts out as sincere and then like she quickly like becomes jaded by just like how disgusting fame is.
See, I think that's a different story because it would add a level to her character. It's really neither. It's the result that we got is straddling the border of sincerity and humor. Like, or is it supposed to be funny that she's vying for this thing that doesn't really matter? It doesn't come across to me if that's the case.
Yeah.
It feels like this very middle of the road approach that doesn't really resonate. Roxy, she beats the allegations, she beats the case, and then teams up with her rival, now friend, Velma, and they have their own duo show together.
But they become friends like in 2 seconds, and I was like, I don't buy this at all.
It completely trashed everything whatever they had built up to that point, that they're rivals and enemies, it just stepped all over that.
And then they do, honestly, a dance,
First.
a dance and performance that was bringing to mind Broadway Melody, the two sisters holding each other's hips and just kind of swaying. Like it's better than that, but I don't think it's a very good performance.
I I think the performance is fine. I think that the direction and cinematography made me almost throw up. It's like they're spinning and just crazy camera work, and it's supposed to invigorate you. Just made me dizzy and
Yeah.
nauseous. And that's the end. That's the end of the movie.
Yeah. And then everybody leaves the theater and is like, can't wait for that to win Best Picture. That was obviously the best movie I've ever seen in my fucking life. Don't see it. In a year or two of like it wasn't I don't think it was like an amazing year, but there were like way better movies. Some of them were nominated, some of them weren't nominated. Would you like to hear a little bit about it?
Ain't that just the way? Yes, please.
So, I think this is before the Academy. I don't think it was like an official rule. I think it was more of just like a kind of like it was just like sort of an unwritten rule that like animated movies don't get nominated for Best Picture because like they have their own animation category.
Yeah.
But this is the year that Spirited Away won Best Animated Feature at the Oscars, which is like genuinely is maybe the best movie ever made. And the fact that Chicago won Best Picture is crazy.
That is crazy. I don't know if there's actually I shouldn't say that because they're so different. I was gonna say that I don't know if there's anybody who would pick Chicago over Spirited Away. But I think there are a lot of people who it's not their cup of tea. Maybe I
Yeah.
think it's you know what? There's probably a podcast of two fuckers right now saying like, I can't believe they even considered Spirited Away as a potentially better movie than Chicago, which is obviously better.
Another movie that was, I think, let's see. It is adaptation, the Spike Jones movie.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that's been on my list. You told me to watch that.
you would, I think, really like it. It stars Nicolas Cage. Um,
My man.
he's really good in it. So yeah, it was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay and had I think some actor like award nominations, but yeah, Nicolas Cage was nominated. But it wasn't nominated for Best Picture. It should have been. It's a great movie.
Damn.
Catch Me If You Can, Steven Spielberg movie, a great movie that you should see. I think you'd have so much fun with. Um,
Not nominated?
not nominated.
What? Wow.
So those are like the big three. Now we'll get into what was actually nominated.
Okay.
Those are
That's
just
crazy. Catch Me If You Can is more. Is it kind of like a romp? Is it more lighthearted?
yeah. I think at the time people were like, "Oh, this is just Spielberg, like just having just a fun time." But like now, if Catch Me If You Can came out, people would be like, "Water in a desert, cinema is back."
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. I gotcha.
So Chicago wins Best Picture. Everybody screams and cheers.
Yeah.
Next up, this is thankfully this was nominated, but this is crazy that it didn't win. It is a movie I struggled with when I first saw it. I thought it was like fine, but then upon rewatch like 2 years ago, I was like, this is kind of an undersung masterpiece in a true legends filmography. It is Martin Scorsese's Gangs of New York.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
Just an amazing movie.
This is with DiCaprio.
And Daniel Day-Lewis.
It's like 4 hours long.
It's like 250.
Eh,
It's a good old-fashioned nasty little epic,
okay.
and it is about an early 1860s New York, Irish immigrant, Amsterdam Valen
No way.
is released from prison and returns to the Five Points, seeking revenge against his father's killer, William Cutting, also known as Bill the Butcher. That's Daniel Day-Lewis's character, a powerful anti-immigrant gang leader. He knows that revenge can only be attained by infiltrating Cutting's inner circle. So Valen's journey becomes a fight for personal survival and to find a place for the Irish people, something I deeply resonate with.
Right.
I do think this movie is fairly radical to come out the year after. This is why I think this movie's so amazing. To come out the year after 9/11
Mhm.
and to be about how xenophobia has rotted the heart of America.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Shout out, love it. Next up, we have based on, because why wouldn't it be,
Sure.
the Pulitzer Prize winning novel by Michael Cunningham, which I have on my shelf and I haven't read, haven't seen this movie either.
Okay.
It is Stephen Daldry's The Hours.
Sounds vague.
The story of three women searching for more potent, meaningful lives. Each is alive at a different time and place. All are linked by their yearnings and their fears. Their stories intertwine and finally come together in a surprising, transcendent moment of shared recognition. Next up, we have Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
Crazy.
uh, yeah, go ahead.
I think it's weird that you have a sequel on here. I don't know.
Well, they were nominated all 3 years, and then it finally won in 2000 at the 2004 Oscars. You seem pissed.
I'm not pissed. I'm just see. I think Lord of the Rings 3 is not to rehash literally our first episode we've ever done.
No, I mean we're getting to the end. Let's talk about it.
It's a weird thing to get a cumulative Oscar. Like
it happens a lot though.
Yeah, but you make one movie and that's your movie. That's in contention. Your movie isn't 3 movies. That's fucking cheating. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I don't think you do.
No, I do agree. I do. I mean, because it's not exactly the same, but it's also the Oscars. Also, the Academy loves to do this thing where like they're like, oh, we should have given Denzel Washington the Oscar for Malcolm X. We kind of whiffed on that one. And then like 10 years later, it's like, let's actually finally give him the Oscar. And it's like everybody understands like, oh, this is actually recognition for this performance, but this other performance he gave, we'll just give it to him. Like they do that a lot where you're like, it's kind of cumulative where you're like, well, why didn't you just give it to him the first time when he gave the performance that you liked?
Right, because you're just perpetuating the cycle of some other young up-and-coming actor. Like, we're not going to give it to you yet, but it's like, this is the movie that they should have won for because they were fantastic and they were the best actor that year.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's also disrespectful to, I know we kind of shit on it for a while, but Chicago or any other movie that was nominated alongside a Lord of the Rings movie or that won in a Lord of the Rings year, because now they can be saying like, you know what, the cumulative achievement of Lord of the Rings is worthy of an Oscar.
Yeah.
If I'm Chicago, I'm a little pissed because that. Are you insinuating that Lord
it's like
of the Rings inherently is actually better than my movie?
That's actually such a good point. It's like, well, we couldn't give it to him all 3 years. That'd be crazy. So
right.
It's like you're just kind of a fill-in.
Right. Like we knew there was a third one coming out. We were just gonna wait for it.
That's such a good point. That's so true.
I'd be pissed.
I don't know. I think Two Towers is like way better than Chicago. It's a great movie.
Again, I've only seen the first one. So I'm sure it's I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's good.
It's about Frodo Baggins and the other members of the Fellowship. I mean, what can I say? Who continue on their sacred quest to destroy the One Ring, but on separate paths. Their destinies lie at two towers. Thank Tower in Isengard, where the corrupt wizard Saruman awaits. Are you lost? And Sauron's fortress at Barad-dûr, deep within the dark lands of Mordor. Frodo and Sam are trekking to Mordor to destroy the One Ring of Power, while Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn search for the orc-captured Merry and Pippin, not to be confused with Mary Poppins. All along, the nefarious wizard Saruman awaits the Fellowship members at the Orthanc Tower in Isengard. Dude. And finally, we have
the best for last.
The best for last. It wouldn't be, I've said this before, and I'll probably say it before this podcast is finished. It wouldn't be a Best Picture year without a alleged sex criminal on the docket.
Nice.
It is Roman Polanski's The Pianist.
Oh, that's Roman Polanski?
Yeah. He is, as far as I understand, he was a child and survived the Holocaust. And this is his movie. It's not an autobiographical movie, but I think this is like his movie that he made about like, the Nazi occupation of Warsaw. And so The Pianist, it's the true story of pianist. I'm gonna butcher this.
That's okay. It's only a really sensitive story about the Holocaust. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Ladislaw Spillman, probably Spillman because it's Szpil. Um, who experiences in Warsaw during his experiences in Warsaw during the Nazi occupation. When the Jews of the city find themselves forced into a ghetto, Spillman finds work playing in a cafe, and when his family is deported in 1942, he stays behind, works for a while as a laborer, and eventually goes into hiding in the ruins of the war-torn city. So I guess maybe he doesn't end up in, doesn't matter. But yeah, a very, from what I understand, heavy, sad, intense movie.
It's another. You've named like a few movies that have been on my watch list for a while. I think this is also one of them. But it's a tough movie to sit down and be like, time to be sad, you know?
Yeah, I should, yeah, it's my watch list too. Those are the nominees.
That's fantastic.
Do you think that Chicago's was picture worthy?
I'm gonna have to say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Sorry, it should have gone to adaptation, the movie I haven't seen.
It should have gone. Yeah, that's one movie that should have won.
But enough about that.
What?
I want to know what real people think about Chicago because we're a couple of dumb fucks. Would you say?
Yeah, we're just ones and zeros to you because we are on a computer screen.
Right, that's true. We're ones and zeros in general. Actually, this is all AI. We don't exist. We've never have. But I want to hear some real opinions from real people of the internet, preferably.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear some reviews for Chicago?
I would love nothing else.
In sourcing some reviews, I got a lot of confusing just reviews for the Chicago Bears. I was like, what are people talking? People are talking about Caleb Williams. I'm like, what is this? I don't understand this. I was like, oh, the fucking Bears. This is a movie, okay? Letterbox is for
He's
movies.
pissed, folks. He is fucking pissed.
Fucking go to ESPN.com and leave a review for the Bears. How about that? Stay off my fucking website. Give me the name of somebody who's a real music aficionado.
Um, it's gonna about have to be Leonard Bernstein.
Leonard Bernstein or Stein, whatever you prefer, says five fat old stars. Cell Block Tango, better than the fucking Beatles.
There's no way.
The whole discography, Abbey Road, fucking
White Album,
White Album,
Hard Days and Night,
Sergeant Pepper.
Rubber Soul.
Do you like it? Is it good to you? Well, Cell Block Tango, a single song off of this one 2002 fucking movie, is better than the whole thing. So
Is Cell Block Tango the one where all the ladies talk about the guys they killed?
he had it coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is probably like the best song in the movie.
That is the best song in the movie for sure. Is it better than all of the Beatles?
Do you think,
Debatable.
do you think Paul McCartney or Ringo saw Chicago?
Yeah. Weirdly, yes.
Yeah,
I feel like McCartney's kind of tuned in.
I agree.
I don't know why, or I feel like I feel like he's seen Parasite.
Oh, that's so honestly,
And that's awesome.
that is sick.
I would love to talk to Paul McCartney about Parasite if he's seen it. Paul,
Maybe we can get him on we get him on the show.
come on the show. Paul's our guest for Parasite episode.
If we got Paul McCartney on the Parasite episode, we would become the most popular podcast in the world.
That's also not true, but it would definitely be an okay watch or listen, whatever you prefer, whatever medium you prefer. Give me the name of somebody who's your favorite Marvel director.
Everybody sees Sinners. Ryan Coogler.
Okay, Ryan Coogler says 4.5 stars for Chicago. By the way,
I don't think he'd go with that high.
he says flat. It's on the fucking paper.
Okay.
Ryan Coogler 4.5 stars. So, we love the peak of the murderous women's cinematic universe, and the fact that so many straight men hate this and see it as overrated makes it all the more perfect. Which led me to question: what else belongs in the murderous woman's cinematic universe? Kill Bill,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
the Iron Lady. I don't know.
I did see a lot of I feel like reviews that were like talking about like the queer subtext of this movie between Vera and Roxy. If only it was text, it would make the movie way more interesting.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Um, sorry.
Sorry.
Interesting or good to me.
Yeah.
The themes are fun. The themes I enjoy. It's just the execution I thought was weak salt.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Last review I'll read.
Okay.
It is also a half-star review. So give me the name of somebody who's having a little bit of a stinky poo-poo day.
Oh God. Mike Ditka, I guess.
Mike Ditka, wherever you are. Hope you're doing good, man.
What?
Half a star. Chicago, more like Poop Cloggo. So
That's beautiful. Mike Ditka always had a way with words.
he did. He was a bit of a wordsmith, yes.
Well, thank you for those.
Yeah.
Next week, I think we really have to pull the Band-Aid and knock this one out because I'm seeing here 3 hours and 32 minutes long. It is the Charlton Heston throbbing Ben-Hur.
Wow. I despise that you said throbbing, but
A William Wyler picture, though.
huh?
Yeah, William Wyler. Best Years of Our Lives, Mrs. Miniver. He's back and Ben-Hurring than ever.
He did Ben-Hur?
Yeah. He's a Renaissance man. What do you want me to say?
I'm back in. I'm back
Right?
in.
It's
Yeah.
probably going to be good. At the very least, it's going to look like $100 billion, you know? It's going to look so good.
I feel like I feel like I've seen it to a certain extent. I think it's gonna look really nice.
Yeah, it's going to use some of the most gorgeous vistas you've ever seen in your freaking life.
Is it gonna hold my attention for 3.5 hours?
Hard to say.
Hard to say. Is this a split 'em up? Are you gonna do this in chunks? Or are you gonna really just beef it out? 3.5.
Yeah. I might have to split it up. The thing is, if I rent it on my phone, it's like you only got 48 hours.
Yeah. Then you're spending $8 on this instead of
Yeah, it's
4.
like I can't spend. Sorry, I can't budget 2 Ben-Hur rentals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this economy,
It's like you're looking at your monthly budget. It's like Ben-Hur spent way too much on Ben-Hur. That should be in the pie chart, frankly.
you know what sucks? I was at my parents' house recently, where all my Blu-rays are, which I've talked about before.
Yeah.
And I recently got TVs. I took a Blu-ray player from their house. My dad said, take this Blu-ray player. So I brought a bunch of movies, among which are whatever movies I had that were in like these final Best Picture categories. So like I maybe like grabbed like 3 or 4 of them that I had. I didn't grab Ben-Hur, even though I have it, because I thought it was on HBO Max, and I'm seeing here that it absolutely is not. And there's egg on my face.
Massive, just yolk dripping down. You can make a whole ass omelet with the amount of egg on your face.
I am as embarrassed as I've ever been.
That's fucking depressing, dude. I'm in a hole from hearing that. I guess you're just gonna have to spend $8 on it like the rest of us.
Yeah.
So,
And until next time, if you ever find yourself at the wrong end, at the blunt end of a knife,
huh?
because you just conducted a murder,
Oh, right.
and they send your keister to jail,
Bye bye.
you gotta sing for your supper to get off without hang time. Yeah, if you ever find yourself in that situation, fucking get a big hot dog and eat it on stage, and it'll win the hearts and minds of the entire city of Chicago, which is basically anonymous and doesn't even look like Chicago.
A Chicago dog. I've never had a Chicago dog. You ever have a Chicago dog?
Mm-mm. What's different about it?
I think it's a big old dog with, I want to say, ketchup and relish and onions. I think onions.
Classic.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I would love to have a Chicago. I would like to have a dog. Give me a dog.
We should go to like a White Sox game.
We should go to a White Sox game
Not the Cubs, the White Sox.
because we're true blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, until next time, we'll see you then. Bye, Wieners.
1, 2, 3, 4.
These boys only want the best stuff. They want the cream of the crop. They don't want none of that Michael Bay shit. They want the shit that bops. Oscar bait, black and white. Maybe something French. If it's got more than one explosion, honey, put that shit on the bench. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners.
Yeah, the gerbil came out of his ass.
Yeah. Just in time.
Sorry, there's a turkey in my backyard.
Come again?
I'm gonna keep this in. I want the Wieners to know that I have actual turkeys in my backyard.
Jealous much?